Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be testing out and showing you the new Kylie Cosmetics loose powder, and I'm also going to be showing you guys the Kylie Cosmetics concealer. We all know I am a sucker for Kylie Cosmetics, so when she releases new products, I kind of just have to buy them. But anyways, if you're interested to see how her new loose powder looks on my skin, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm first starting with foundation, and per usual, I am mixing the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in the shade F11, and I'm mixing that with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation, and I have this in the shade 310. For concealer, I'm going in with the Kylie Cosmetics concealer, and I have mine in the shade Maple. And I've used Kylie Cosmetics concealers before, and I really like them. They feel very smooth and creamy, and they are super full coverage. So as you can see, that was one dip into the tube, and it covered my entire under eye area. Also, I think this color is perfect for me. I think it has a very nice yellow undertone, so I think it goes really well with my skin tone. Okay, so I'm just going to blend this out with my sponge. Yeah, as you can see, that coverage is just amazing. Oh my god, I forgot how much I really like this concealer. Okay, so as you can see, that covered very well, and it almost dries down to like a matte finish. Okay, so as you guys can see, my under eyes look flawless. It just makes me look so much more awake, and I just love the look of a perfected under eye. I just think it looks so beautiful. Okay, so this is her new loose powder, and I got mine in the shade yellow just because yellow powders just look the best underneath my eyes. Translucent powders can make me look a little bit too ghostly, and if I use one that's the same exact color as my skin tone, it just kind of defeats the purpose of concealer. So I'm super excited to try out this powder. So the packaging, of course, is super cute, but I am noticing that you don't get a lot of product. So this is how much product you get in the container, and this is the Too Faced powder. So as you can see, you're getting a lot less, and they are around the same price. So that's interesting, but honestly it doesn't bother me that much. So that is what the yellow powder looks like. Okay, so for me personally, I never usually bake. It's not really my thing. I just go in with this Tarte angled brush, and I'm just gonna dunk it into the powder. And we're just gonna see what it does under the eyes. Okay, so first impressions, it definitely adds a bit of brightness to my face, because if you compare the two sides, this one definitely looks a lot brighter. It adds a bit of coverage to the under eye, but not anything crazy, because if you compare coverage one side to the other, it's not like super dramatic. It's not sinking into my pores, which is a good thing. Sometimes powders can sink into my pores right here, and it just makes it look awful. It's not doing that, so that is good. Also, it doesn't have a smell, which is a plus for me. If you watched my Fenty Beauty review that I did, that one has a very strong fragrance, and it kind of bothers me when I use it, but this one does not have a fragrance. So, alright, so I'm just going to apply some over here. And this is how I normally do my powder as well. I'm not doing anything different. All right, yeah, I like it. I think it's a nice powder. I also like to set my smile lines because I smile way too much, and that is the first thing to show on my face. So I like to just set that area. Okay, so my thoughts on the powder are, I really, really like it. It makes my skin look very flawless and perfected. I will say I wish that the yellow was just a bit more yellow, just because I feel like it's a little bit too bright underneath my eyes. But that could be an unfair assessment because I do not have bronzer or anything on. So I'm gonna put the rest of my face on, and then I can feel like I can do my final thoughts on the powder. So per usual, I am using my Too Faced Born This Way powder in the shade Dark, and I just use a Morphe Y9 brush, and I'm just gonna start bronzing up the skin. Right, just going to blend that out. So for blush, I'm going in with this Milani Baked blush, and these have become my all-time favorite blushes. I now have it in 3 different colors. And I don't know, I've just been really liking blush lately. It just adds a lot of color to the face. Also, this one in particular has a bit of shimmer to it, so I just think it goes really nicely with highlight on top of it. I never knew what blush could do for you until I started wearing it, and people started saying that I look very like fresh and awake, and I was like, must be the blush. I'm gonna add some on my nose as well. And then I'm just taking that brush I used before and just blending it out, just so it's not super crazy and harsh. And next I'm going to add a bit of highlight, and we already know that this is my favorite highlighter of all times, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Emerezi highlight. This is just a classic. If you don't have it, you need to go get it. And then I'm just going to apply some on my cheekbones. I'm gonna add a bit on my nose as well. To finish off this look, I am adding this gorgeous liquid lipstick from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I featured this in my last video. I found this liquid lipstick at TJ Maxx for $7, and it is such a pretty color. So final thoughts on the Kylie powder. I actually really like it. My skin looks really good right now. I think the real test of this powder is seeing how it wears throughout the day, because that is the actual point of a powder. So I think I will just put something down in the description box about how it lasted a few hours later, and then how it lasted through the end of the night. But I have pretty high hopes. I feel like Kylie wouldn't make a powder that doesn't last forever, but we will definitely find out. Also, if you haven't seen my previous video on my TJ Maxx and Marshalls makeup haul, you gotta check it out because this lipstick is insane, and it was only $7. So if you haven't seen it, you should. Per usual, leave any video suggestions you have for me down in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.